A Scottish version of that Professor Crayon from the last episode. Okay, so slow-paced is kind of the whole theme of this film, and I've tried covering this whole story in one script, and it's just impossible to keep well condensed. So we're gonna do some real warping to fit in all this atrocity, alright? This movie doesn't actually start for 28 minutes. We just have to watch a lot of junk first. So as we skip, why not consider subscribing? I've been growing my own gallery of terrible movies to chuck through, if that's your kind of thing. And remember, only you can help against my non-subscribed ratio count. So in this prologue scene, the truck driver crashes because, just look at him, one beaver escapes and is presumably adopted by this bunny who is just horizontally stretched or something. 5 years later, we come to Cataness and are introduced to Vicky, the Abomination. Why is she here? I have absolutely no idea. She makes no sense. She's American, rambles about Miami, and stares at you with her cold, dead eyes. She's a mess and a failed mascot for kids to fall in love with, I guess. I'm sure we won't be seeing much of her, right? On the ground, we then meet Barry Banjo. He's not relevant. I don't know why he's here either. And what is that character design? Even the Scots have rednecks, it seems. Next up, we meet Patty Turner, a faintly more important character. And for those of you without any eyes, her most prominent character trait and feature is her very on-display set of Americanism shown from her scooter. Why is an American in a Scottish movie? I tell you what happens in this scene, but none of it leads to anything. So we'll skip it. Cut to our favourite officer Mackenzie rambling randomly about that beaver 5 years later. And as he's talking, there they are on the other side of the gate for some reason, with a bunny friend. I can't justify why. At the very least, our conflict here is prevalent. But my god, is this delivery just falling flat. You know, I had a whole plan for this video had I had more time. See, I was hoping to bring back green screen elements with a twist by literally modelling some of the worst shots in Blender so that I could physically walk around them. And though I've had a few roadblocks in producing that, I can still tell you about our sponsor, Skillshare. See, with this pandemic going on, I've been using the time to learn a little bit of Blender, and you can do very much the same through Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning $dollars a month with... Speaking of, here we finally are at the home of our protagonist, Sir Billy. And he looks like a child who aged up 70 years. Seriously, what is that outfit? He's a veterinarian, so naturally he has a cow strapped to a treadmill and a jacuzzi. This never comes back. So Billy is cool, like really cool. Want the proof? He can throw his kitty hat onto the coat hanger. Heck yeah. Oh, and in case you didn't realise, this guy's Scottish. After considering apple, orange, fruity yogurt for a moment, he decides to call his friend Gordy, but not before his first real lines in the film. I'm sorry, what? Speak up! I mean, I get it's realistic for a man to mumble to himself in the morning, but please, can we get any competency from an acting icon? You can tell he's literally just checked out this entire production. Why are you even here if you're not going to put in an effort? What? Is he talking about frisky times with a dog? It's one thing for the animation or story to be terrible. I get 21 out of 20. The characters with their minute volume and mumbly delivery.
I took the test. I got 100 out of 100.
From grace, hasn't he? So his friend Gordy isn't actually a human. Get this. He's a ghost. And after Billy praises himself in the mirror, Gordy finally moves into action by one, also praising Billy like the good little yes man that he is, and then two, licking the camera lens before sniffing around and chasing his tail like a dog. And then he proceeds to stand up straight, continue to praise Billy, and flamboyantly walk towards the main room. We haven't even scratched the surface of this film, and it makes absolutely no sense. And this kind of behavior here, it's not consistent. This flamboyant act never comes back, and there's certainly no explanation for any of this. Why is he wearing a Kill Bill jumpsuit? How did they meet? Are they a pet? What's their connection? Why can they see the fourth wall? And why, oh why, does the goat randomly pee on the floor with his clothes still on. It's like, there's almost an inkling of a real film going on here, but it's just 99.9% stuff happening. And good luck even trying to understand what that stuff is. Our big boy Sir Billy here has such a lackluster voice actor behind him that you can barely hear his words that lead into what's coming up in the film. Okay, so even at this pace, the script is getting too long, so we're gonna super skip ahead. Billy is to take grandson Jake to school. Jake almost has a personality, but it's never used. Everyone around him is just doing stuff. They drive on their way and are distracted by the romantic interest for Billy. The perfect woman for a man such as he. Someone who's half his age and designed like a 12-year-old got access to a boob slider. This scene is uncomfortable, and it's uncomfortably long. Their mumbling is apparently flirting, and Gordy gives an elbow nudge to the audience for like a solid 5 minutes. It's now we finally hit the first remnant of a story beat. Bessie Boo the Beaver, as she's called, is adopted by Bunny.